Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet the man that started World War II. Retired Radioman Chief Robert P. Coles. Just tell me when.
I learned of the Ward sinking a Japanese mini submarine about 6:30 the morning of December 7th. But before 8 o'clock on December 7th, I had just finished breakfast and I'd come out of the mess hall walking aft on the port side of the USS Bagley, the ship I was stationed on. When I looked to the aft, and I noticed over by Ford Island a bunch of planes overhead of Ford Island with big red circles on them. I didn't know what they were, who they were. I thought for the moment that they were I must be getting mic fright now. I thought for a moment they were just on maneuvers and that they was conducting red forces against the blue forces. That's the only thing I knew. But I noticed the explosions on the ground on Ford Island, the buildings and stuff like that. So without any other thought, I turned and ran forward to the bow, the forecastle deck, and took a dog wrench off the bulkhead and broke open the padlock of the 50 caliber machine gun lockers and loaded the number 2 50 caliber machine gun. And just about then, when I was fully loaded, a torpedo plane came into view and I shot at it and hit it. I'm not claiming to have shot it down. The second one came in, I shot at that and hit it because they were so close I could see the pilot's face. Before the third one came through, I was relieved by Chief Gunner's Mate Skinner, who took over he was a gunner's mate and I was just a radioman, seaman apprentice, a striker. I went forward after Chief Gunner's Mate Skinner took over the gun. I went forward because we had canvas rigging on board ship and to keep the sun off the ship, and the visibility wasn't unlimited. It's like peeking out of a window or something like that. So I went forward on the bow and acted as a plane spotter for the Chief Gunner's Mate, and I would yell out to him when the next plane was coming in, and he started shooting at the third plane and the fourth plane, and well, I could swear to that. I saw him shoot at 2 planes. He might have done more, but I wasn't aware of it. And in between the pause, which turned out to be between the first and second wave, between the pause, we unrigged or threw the canvas awning over the side. We didn't unrig it and sew it away. We just took it down and threw it over the side so that the visibility was increased and that the 5-inch gun mounts could train, because the 5-inch gun mounts had the stanchions between them and the forecastle. So that went on for, I don't know, because I was a seaman apprentice, I didn't have a wristwatch and stuff like that. And before the second wave attacked, after we got all the rigging thrown over this board, Chief Gunner's Mate told me to get into the number 2 5-inch gun handling room, which is on the forecastle deck. The 5-inch gun number 2 is above it. So I was in there for the rest of the attack. I didn't mention the part where I saw a huge explosion over by Ford Island. At the time, I didn't know which ship it was, but I'll find out later on it was the USS Arizona. I saw her blow up horribly, and to the stern of me my port starboard quarter, I saw explosions there. Again, not knowing which ships were exploding. That happened to be the Cassin and the Shaw in the dry dock being blown up. We got out to sea. Oh, well, I was inside the ammunition handling room. That's when I became scared, because I could not see what was going on, and your imagination takes over. And your imagination will play tricks with all reality and stuff like that. And my Maximus gluteus did quiver, because I was afraid. And all I could hear was the firing outside, and I expected, this is my imagination, I expected to see pinholes of light coming in the bulkhead as the Japanese strafed our ship as they went by. But that never happened, because they were after the battleships. That went on, as they say, I don't know exactly how long it went on, but I felt ourselves get underway. I could feel the motion of the ship underway. And at that time, I was covered with grease, cosmoline grease for the ammunition, and sweat. I was dirty, filthy, and horrible looking. So when I felt this underway, I stepped outside on the main deck and dogged the door down behind me, and leaned up against it and was cooling myself off in the oncoming breeze as we were making our way out to sea. And at that time, Chief Gunner's mate comes running up to me, and he says, "Coles, get back in the handling room. The Japanese fleet is out there." Well, that was the first time I learned the nationality of the people I was shooting at. And two, my legs gave out, and I would have fallen into the deck in a puddle of you-know-what, except that one of the dog handles, caught my belt in the back and held me up. And that was that fateful morning of December 7, 1941.
Thanks, Bob. If you want to contact Bob, he's in Machias, Maine at 207-255-3167. Or me, I'm Dennis Boyd, trying to write this story for him, and I have an email at dboydwriting@yahoo.com. So we'd appreciate any help we can get. Anybody who might have witnessed this. Bob just wants somebody to say, "Good job, sailor." That's all we're looking for here. Thanks, folks.
Good day.